Okay, so this is the second part of the search engine tutorial. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be setting up our database and tables on the database. I mean, we only need one table, so you can use an existing database if you like. Basically, we're going to be setting up our database, putting a few dummy records in there that we may want to search for. Okay, so if I enter PHP using PHP if you don't already have it, go download it and it will set up to your local host if you're running there. Otherwise, if you're running on a paid host, they should have access to PHP. Anyway, I've got my database PHP Academy and I'm creating a new table on this database, and this table is just basically going to be called search engine to accommodate for this tutorial. Now the fields we need, let's just go into context and plan these out. We need an ID, should always have, and that'll be auto increment, so that's going to automatically increment by 1 every time a record is inserted. We're also going to have a title for the title of whatever we're searching for. So say we search for Google, the title would be something like Google, and then we're going to have a description underneath like this. Okay, so we've got title, which is sort of like Google, and then we're going to have a description. Okay, then we're going to have a URL to link to that, and then we're going to have our keywords. So we've got an ID, we're going to display a title and a description when searched. Our URL is going to link to that particular URL, and our keywords are going to be what needs to be searched for in order for this to appear. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fields that we need. We can just close this off now. So let's open this and we'll say 5 fields. Okay, now we can go set up with this. Let's wait for this to load. Okay, so we've got here ID, that's going to be an integer. Let's scroll across. This is AI, which means auto increment. We click on this, and our index, we need a primary key in order for our auto increment to work. Okay, then we're going to have our title, we're going to have our description, we're going to have our URL, and we're going to have our keywords. Now our title I'm going to set to a varchar for about 100 characters. My description I'm going to set to text. My URL I'm going to set to a varchar again. Maybe you could set it to text to sort of accommodate for a really long URL. Maybe I'll just do this for now. I'm not getting into specifics for this. I'm not trying to save space on my database at the moment, so it's up to you whether you want to research into which is best for you. And keywords, again, I'm just going to set to text. In fact, maybe varchar, so varchar 200. We don't want too many keywords. Okay, so this is pretty much all done. We can just click save here and wait for that to load. There we go, there's our set of fields. Now if we're going to insert some fake sort of data, here I'm going to say Google, and here I'm going to say this is a search engine to find what you need on the web. The URL I'm just going to put http blah 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 google.com or .co.uk, whatever. My keywords are going to be Google, search engine, that's about it really. Okay, so you'll notice here this is really important that I've separated them by spaces. When it comes to our PHP code, we're going to want to separate them by spaces. So if you separate everything by spaces, we're going to know what's what. You can do it by commas. It'll be quite easy to change once you get into the PHP code. You can separate by commas, asterisks, anything you want. But for now, I'm separating by spaces just to demonstrate this. Okay, so the next field we're going to put in is PHP Academy. I'm going to write PHP Academy. I'm going to write free PHP video tutorials. And then the URL, I'm just going to put my URL to my website, .info. And then the keywords are going to be PHP, free, videos, video, tutorials. Okay, so now what we can do is click go. and that's inserted them. If we click browse, we can see that they're both put in there. Now I'm going to obviously keep it at this for now. I'm not really too bothered about inserting too many. What I am actually going to do is insert another search engine. So let's just say Yahoo, a search engine, find what you need, for example, and then we're going to say blah 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 yahoo.com. I don't use Yahoo, I'm just putting this in. Now I'm going to say Yahoo search engine, and the reason I've done this, we've got Yahoo as a one keyword, search, and then engine as another. The reason I've done this is quite simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate that if I type search engine into my search engine, I'm going to be displayed with Google and Yahoo, not going to be displayed with PHP Academy. However, if I search for video tutorials or PHP video tutorials, I want to be presented with just this result. So there's two that are quite similar, and there's one that varies. That's just for my demonstration reasons in this tutorial. Obviously, if you want to add lots and lots and lots into here, you're quite welcome. And this goes for the same thing as if you're using pages on your own website, for example. Like title here, you might have contact section, description. This is where you can contact us. This is where you can contact our company. And then the URL you could just have as contact.html or contact.php. Whatever page you want to link to, and then again your keywords. So it's quite flexible. You can change around to how you want to use this search engine. And obviously, once you get the hang of the search process, you can even start modifying fields, start modifying how everything works. Okay, so what we've done now is we've set up our database. That's the end of this tutorial. In the next part, we're going to be extending this part here, and the code here is going to open up our database, and it's going to search for the selected keywords and then display results based on the keywords. Okay, so in the next part I'm going to be going through this page, and I'll see you there. Thanks a lot.